Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the pile that calls to you, the stone that calls your name, and we'll begin. All right, for those of you who chose the clear stone, we have the World. Oh, the Lover's card and the Two of Swords. Wow. So, two major arcana. This is probably energy overarching your life right now. And what wonderful cards they are. The World. The World. You have the World. There's a success. There's a completion. There's something that suggests you have the world in your hands. And the Lover's card. So there may be, for some of you, there is new love coming in. Like it's a completion. It's like something you've wanted, something you've been waiting for. And for some of you already in a relationship, that means that, you're having a good time in your relationship. Maybe there's a feeling of we've arrived. Maybe there's a feeling of we've come through this difficult thing and we are loving toward each other. There may be some of that. For some of you, this Lover's card and the World card together is really about, it's about self-love. It's about Spirit trying to help you with self-love, trying to help you to know that you're everything you need to be. Completion, perfection, imperfect perfection, right? We're not supposed to be perfect, but you are seen as perfect and enough. And there's nothing you need to improve or change. They always want us to, and Source always wants us to make progress because they want us to be happier, but really, they don't. Source, Spirit doesn't care. They want what's best for us. They don't need us. They don't need us to perfect ourselves. So they see us as perfect already. They see, they love us. They love us. They love us. Source loves us. So this could be a message about that too for many of you. And the Two of Swords, that's a decision to be made. I just think, given that you have this love and you have this completion, I think that Two of Swords is simply, if there's a decision to be made and you don't know which way to turn, do not worry. Please do not worry. You can't get this wrong, is basically what these two cards are saying. To the other side, you cannot get this wrong. Okay? It will be made clear what you need to do. As more information comes to you, it will be made clear. So please do not worry. That's what I'm seeing. All right. Wonderful cards. Just wonderful. For those of you who chose this dark stone, which I am told is a garnet, in there, we have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the King of Cups. So, interesting. Even though you may be in a time in your life when there are new lessons that have come in and they're not always easy, new facts, new knowledge, the fact of the matter is you may be really leaving the turbulence behind and slowly moving to the calmer shores. So that's always a good card, I feel like, because it's not saying anything new is happening that's difficult. It's saying you're learning from what's already happened. And what you're learning is going to help you to build a better future for yourself. And we have the Knight of Cups and we have the King of Cups. So these are, you know what? They could be the same energy. Like you have a plan for greater emotional fulfillment and it's on its way. And you have the maturity to make it happen. You have the understanding about emotions to happen. Maybe some issue that is sort of emotional. you're working on it, and you will achieve what you want to achieve in that area, because you do have the maturity and the insight, and you just have learned that you can weather different emotions. You've learned that during stressful times, sometimes emotions are difficult, or during loss, sometimes emotions are difficult, but that doesn't mean that's permanent. You've learned to sort of have a fairly positive outlook no matter what. If there's turbulence, you sort of have the sense that you're going to ride it out. But yet you know yourself well enough that if you have emotion over it, that doesn't trouble you. Of course you would. It's sort of like, of course one would. That doesn't mean that that's a permanent situation. So there's that maturity there. This can be two different people too. This can be somebody coming in with good news, a good message, make you feel good about yourself, something like that. So these really are good cards. And look at how we're leaving the turbulence behind here, and we're riding it out there. So wonderful, just wonderful. Okay, for those of you who chose this white and yellow stone, we have the Sun, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So the Sun is all about joy. Oh, and the Two of Cups is about a nice interaction with somebody, maybe even a partnership where you see eye to eye. You feel like you're equals. You tend to be able to come together to get things done, that, make agreements, agree on things. So that's either a wonderful interaction, or it could be a relationship you have that tends to be like that. So there may be some joy coming in around that. You may enjoy yourself. Sometimes it's just, can you picture a wonderful conversation with somebody who really understands you and you get them, and it just really does bring some enjoyment to you. Some clarity maybe even with the Sun. The Sun is shining upon you. So all of this is saying, do not worry. The worries are not necessary. I almost wonder if you feel tempted to share your worries with somebody else who says, oh, yes, I've been feeling and thinking the same things, like that kind of thing, where you get some validation. You realize, oh, okay, maybe it's kind of normal to have extra worry during a time of uncertainty, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything bad's going to happen. Instead, you have a time of enjoyment. So I like these cards. Great cards. All right, for those of you who chose this pink and black stone, opal in there, we have the Page of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Now, these are minor arcana, so this is probably not a big deal. It's not a big issue. Although that Ten of Swords and the Nine of Wands never look pleasant, but it's probably not a big issue. In fact, that Ten of Swords sometimes can simply be, we're feeling a little bit like a martyr. We're feeling like things have been too tough. That's what that would be with this Nine of Wands. Like, oh goodness, what next? It's kind of like that. And they're probably not big things. And of course, this Nine of Wands person is certainly defeated each one of these challenges and holding the wand for the last one. It's 9 going on the way to completion, So certainly done that, but feels a little battle weary. So I'm thinking that's where the Ten of Swords comes in, where you maybe feel like, stressed maybe, or maybe it's been worries, maybe it's been challenges. These could be old challenges too. Doesn't have to be new ones. It could be old stuff that sometimes haunts you, that sometimes bothers you. The 10 is a completion card. So it is sort of saying, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Sometimes swords can be negative thoughts. Sometimes they can be negative things that are said to you, or negative things other people are saying. So you may feel like you're done with that. And then in comes a little bit of good news here. with this Page of Cups. Just sort of like, almost like beckoning. It comes on in, and things can change. You know, you can come into your day feeling like this, and then by the end of the day, you're feeling like that. More like, oh, well, maybe I just need to say, I'm done with whatever thoughts are causing me pain, or whatever memories where I'm dwelling on that are not doing me any favors. And maybe it's time I'm done with that today, and I just go and have some fun, or just say, whatever, you know, I am just going to enjoy the rest of my day. Sometimes a person has that moment where they just get kind of fed up, and it turns out to be very liberating. You know, it turns out to be very liberating, like, oh, I am not doing that. I'm done with that. Okay, enough of that. And now I deserve to have some fun. So there we go. I hope you do get a good message. This can also be a good message you hear from somebody that helps to turn your thoughts into positive directions. So, interesting cards, interesting cards. These really are about what we're thinking of. It's saying there may have been difficult things. It's acknowledging, yes, there really may have been difficult things or even painful things. However, Spirit is powerful and you are powerful, and good feelings, good messages can come even in the middle of thinking about those things. So I do hope you have some good times today. Well, thank you all so very much. I hope you have a marvelous day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.